Welcome to Yogaxpress, the mobile stretch clinic that takes yoga to the people. We've had a wonderful, wonderful start to this week with Jacob Narayan. To my right, Jacob is a yoga trainer in Hawaii and in Philadelphia. He's here for this week. This is the fourth day this week, and tomorrow we will do a good wrap up and a little discussion about what Jacob has taught us so far, because he has to fly back to Hawaii tonight, but he's here just to be with all of you. Jacob Narayan is contactable on jacobnarayan.com, or you can email him jacob@jacobnarayan.com. This is Yogaxpress. I'm Banu Suresh. To Jacob's right is Margery Westin, Amy Kitchener. To my extreme right, to my left, Jillian Flinn. Of course, our special guest expert today, Jacob Narayan. He's been taking us to realms we haven't been before. We had a wonderful experience yesterday, Jacob, where I wouldn't say you messed, quote unquote, but you actually played with our mind in a beautiful way. And today we're looking to see what the connection is between the mind and the spirit. So please tell us more. Oh, before Jacob goes into that, because we really get carried away, so I don't want to lose all of you. If you need to receive a postcard of the sequence, a 48 plus sequence, a fridge magnet, and a business card with the sequence on the back, so you have no excuse not to practice, and a copy of Yoga Secrets, email me, www.yogaexpress.com, or visit my blog, yogaexpress.blogspot.com. That's the end of my commercial. Jacob, over to you.
Thank you so much. So, those of you who've been with us all week, we've taken a journey. We began with the body, and then we went into the elements we consider to be the mind. And today we're going to a deeper level. Those of you who have never practiced yoga before, I want to just give you a few guidelines. The first guideline is be present. Let time pass. They say in movie making that if there's no silence, there's no room for the music. And it's like that in yoga. Is we learn to sort of own the silence and be comfortable in that silence, which might seem different when you're at home, when you're watching a bunch of people laying around. But hopefully you're involved with us, and I hope we can draw you in and invite you to create a sense of sacred space where you are now, and own that space, and know that now is a time to go to a sacred inner place. I'll use the word sacred, and I'll also avoid using the word God per se, because I want to respect all beliefs, and I'm going to use the word source instead. Now, I'll use some other analogies that might help you find a visual of what we're traveling to. But the most important thing, most of all, is to enjoy and own the time. Just really settle into it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely.
Very good. Now, before we begin, one more thing. We all have within us an amazing pharmacy. It's called the endocrine system.
Right.
Thymus gland, thyroid, pancreas, and others. Pituitary, reproductive organs. These organs, like the heart, they pump, or they move actual chemicals through the body. Now, there has been a direct connection found in science between the nerve plexi and the endocrine system. Now, beyond the nerve plexes that we find in each area is something that the Vedas, or the ancient Indian science of healing, has discovered, known as a energy center.
Right.
And yoga is a very simple science of decarbonizing human blood. And when we decarbonize the blood through the breath, we create an extra oxygen atom. And that extra oxygen atom creates a current, if you will, as that oxygen transfers. That creates a flow of energy that rejuvenates those energy centers as well as the brain. So this is where all of the creativity of India came from. All of the science, the art, the religion, the dance, the culture, the food, all came from the invigorated mind through the power of yoga. It literally is the renaissance of the world, is the human spirit that's within us. And that spirit resides all over our system, not just in the heart, but up and down the length of the spine. So today we'll be exploring that length of the spine through these energy centers. We're going to use colors to understand this.
So are these the terms we use? Chakras?
Yes, chakra
Okay, the
is the
energy
Sanskrit
centers.
word
Lovely.
for chakra, which means wheel.
Wheel.
And as you explore it more, you'll feel it's sort of a spinning happening there. You know, sort of a revolving.
Yeah.
And in some places it moves faster, in other places it moves slower. And we're going to explore these. So with that in mind, let's begin. So, if you will, at home, please make yourselves comfortable. Ladies, if you'll lay comfortably on your mat.
Heads to the camera?
Yeah, wherever you'd like to. Yeah, heads to the camera is a good idea, actually. Let's go heads to the camera. If you'd like to come up and be our demonstration.
Oh.
Thank you so much. And laying comfortably on the ground with your knees up and your feet flat on the ground. Become aware of your breath. As you inhale and exhale, taking these long, luxurious breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Yesterday we inhaled and we paused. This time, today, I'd like you to inhale and just relax. And let your inhale become an exhale, all by itself. Inhale and relax. And let the inhale become an exhale, all by itself. Exhale and just relax. And let the exhale become an inhale, all by itself. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita states that liberation is achieved by that breath that disjoins the course of inhale and exhale. Exhale and inhale. The Yoga Sutra teaches that by surrendering the inhale to the exhale and the exhale to the inhale, the yogi liberates the heart and brings the energy of the heart under control. Become aware of your heart center, perceiving the heart center as the color green, green like the earth. The majority of the life's force is absorbed by the heart. As we relax the heart, that energy normally usurped by the heart begins to spread out, going down towards the red energy, coming up towards the purple or violet energy. And now with your feet firmly rooted on the ground and your hands at your sides, I'd like you to inhale and lift your hips and your spine and your heart up off the ground into bridge posture. And then as you exhale, roll through the spine, one vertebrae at a time as you roll down. Inhale up and exhale down, rolling through the length of the spine. As always, moving with your breath. Inhale and let the inhale become an exhale as you roll through the spine, down into the base of the spine. As you inhale, come up. As you exhale, roll down. Roll down one more time and lay your legs long underneath you and rest. This is the first of 5 moments of silence. As you perceive the green of the heart, close the eyes and begin to feel or sense this color as much as you see it. Allowing the green to rise beyond the green into the blue of the throat, and to descend beyond the green into the yellow of the solar plexus. The color here is yellow. The color at the throat is blue, a nice azure blue. And ever so gently bring the right knee up, the right foot flat on the ground. And as you inhale, Raise the right arm high above you to the ground above your head. Inhale up, and as you exhale, come down. Inhaling up and exhaling down, moving with your breath. Inhale up and exhale down. And as you inhale, perceive the energy in the throat. And as you exhale, pull from the solar plexus as you pull down into the yellow energy, literally painting blue and yellow strokes in the sky. As you inhale, perceive the solar plexus. As you exhale, pull through the thick blue air. As you switch the positions of your legs, right leg long underneath you, left knee up, left foot flat on the ground. And as you inhale now, raise the left arm high above the head. And as you exhale, bring it down, slow and steady with the breath. Moving with your breath, making friends with your neighbor. Inhale up and exhale down, moving with the breath. Exhale. Good. And as you exhale, come down and pull through the thick blue air as you come down. As you inhale, come up and feel the solar plexus, that yellow energy rising at the solar plexus. And as you exhale, come down, slow and steady, pulling through the air. As you lay your legs long underneath you. Perceiving or sensing the yellow at the solar plexus and the blue at the throat. Resolve today to never allow your body to be the battleground of the wars that we wage in our mind. Rather, allow your body to be the garden for all the love that you wish to share in the world. The throat is the center of speech, and the solar plexus, a center of power. We often use our power in our speech in hurtful ways, only poisoning our gardens. Never allow your power and your voice to poison your garden. Ever so gently now, turn the palms up and let the hands come a little wider so that the elbows are right at the edges of your mat if you have a mat. And ever so gently bring the knees up and the feet flat on the ground. As you become aware of the energy of the heart, allow that energy to rise beyond the throat to the place between the eyes, perceiving a deep indigo blue, like a midnight sky. Allow the energy of the heart to descend beyond the yellow to the place between the hips, just below the navel. The color here is a rich orange, like a candle's flame. Ever so gently, bring your attention back to your breath if it's wandered. And as you inhale, open the knees, letting the soles of the feet come together. And as you exhale, let the knees come together. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Moving with your breath. Flowing with your breath. Finish with the knees open as you let the soles of the feet come together into the triangle posture, perceiving or sensing an indigo blue triangle from the place between the eyes to the palms of each hand. Draw the base of the triangle now as you allow the base of the triangle to come across the place between the hips. The base of the triangle can take on a warm orange glow as that orange glow radiates up into the indigo blue apex of the triangle. This is your endocrine system. from the place between the hips to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat center and the place between the eyes. Awakening this inner fire from the place between the hips up to the place between the eyes. We awaken the inner pharmacy, which is much more powerful than any external pharmacy. This inner fire, also known as Agni, literally medicates the body. Ever so gently now, close the knees and turn the palms down. As you take hold of your kneecaps with your fingertips, just cradling the kneecaps with the fingertips, holding with a nice little grip on the kneecap, let the arms go straight, carrying the weight of the legs. And as you exhale, simply bend the elbows and let the knees come a little closer. And as you inhale, let the arms go straight, carrying the weight of the legs. As you become aware of the red energy at the base of the spine. The color here is red. Red like the womb from where we came. And here at the base of the spine, we find our connection with Mother, even Mother Earth. As you lay your legs long underneath you, one leg and then the other, connect with this red energy at the base of the spine. Inhale and pause. With the hands at the sides, palms up. Inhale and pause. And when you pause, consider your source. The color here at the crown is a wonderful violet, like an amethyst crown with white sparkling diamonds. Inhale and pause. And when you pause, consider your source. This is where we find our connection with Father, even Father in heaven. Mother at the base and Father at the crown. Inhale and pause and consider your source. If not your source, think of your parents. For parents are to the child what the source is to mankind. As you inhale, pause and consider your source. As the poet has said, speaking as the voice of the source, so you seek that you shall find me after the journey of a lifetime seeking. Yet I say, you found me in an instant, the moment you sought me true. I have been with you in every breath. Ever so softly now, become aware of the beating of your heart. You'll feel it more than you hear it. Ever so softly now, wiggle the toes and the fingertips as you become aware of the body once again. And if you will, please gently turn to the left side, lying on the left side for just a moment, allowing the heart to repressurize, the biorhythms to come back up. Practicing yoga nidra, or deep yoga sleep, lowers the biorhythm, so laying on the left side allows the left ventricle of the heart to repressurize and arise. And when you're ready, take your time as you make your way to a nice, comfortable seated position. as I like to say, welcome back.
Wow, we needed that. You need to welcome us back. We were really in a different realm. Thank you for that. We have a few moments, and I had a few questions if you could help us all understand.
Absolutely.
What is the purpose of the different colors of the chakras? It was beautiful the way you described it, about visualizing the different colors. Is there a reason for those colors?
There is. There is definitely a reason. And may I begin by saying that we have a physical anatomy, don't we?
Right.
Well, you know, the Vedas, the ancient wisdom of India, has taught us that we have a spiritual anatomy as well. And that has begun to be understood by the chakra system. We are literally woven from 7 layers. Now, these chakras are not isolated to one particular place. They tend to congregate there. But the heart chakra is throughout the entire being, like one web of weaving.
The ripple effect.
Yes. The blue of the throat is also throughout the body in another layer. We're woven from these 7 layers of spiritual energy, if you will. And now we use the colors because it's all physics. You see, we dwell energetically just above the infrared spectrum and just below the ultraviolet. So violet is the last color we see before the energy goes into something else.
That is so beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted to know, because I've heard the 7 chakras are between, well, the pituitary and pineal over there, the
Yes.
Sahasrara and the base. The limbs don't have any
Yeah.
major chakras,
Yeah.
but they're powered by the 7.
Sure, and they flow around.
That's beautiful.
But yeah, it ends at the red because it disappears to heat. And it
Right.
ends at the purple because it disappears into ultraviolet light.
Right.
And so we understand through light, we can also understand through sound, because all energy is a vibration.
Right.
Purple is a fast vibration. Red is a slow vibration. A low basal tone is a red tone. A high harmonizing
I
tone
thought it
is
would
a
be
purple.
the other way. Okay, my
Yeah,
mistake.
faster tones, higher octaves. And so we can use sound, we can also use smell. There's certain smells that resonate with different levels. There's also certain herbs. The study of Ayurveda is providing an herb. Amala, the green fruit that grows in the
Yes,
Himalayas,
yes.
is green, right? Haritaki, orange, right? So we use different herbs to harmonize the layers of energy as well. So we can access spiritual things through physical means, but like the great Carl Jung, the philosopher and psychologist that I studied early in my time, said that he said this, and this is what brought me into yoga. He said, and he used the word God. He said, I could spend a lifetime working with all of the different layers of a person's psyche, but if I could help a person to understand this one thing, and that is that they are unconditionally, positively regarded by a source higher than themselves, that creates healing through the entire level of being, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so yoga's highest purpose is to quiet the mind so that we can connect with that source and realize that we are divine, that we are divinely connected to that source. And that's the spiritual part of yoga.
No, that's beautiful. Without touching on any particular religion, without getting
Exactly.
religious, we're getting to the spiritual side. We are
Absolutely.
trying to connect within ourselves. How do you feel? Isn't that lovely? We're sort of starting to connect on the inside. I can already see Margery's face glowing over there. Come on, tell us. Margery, how did you feel?
Oh, it was really wonderful. I was almost at a point of tears when we got to the lavender, the violet.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
beautiful place.
Yeah.
That's the kind of effect you had on us, Jacob. You've got to come back. Your
you. My
explanations were
pleasure.
beautiful.
My pleasure.
Those of you viewers out there who want to contact Jacob, email him, jacob@jacobnarayan.com. That's JACOBNARAYAN. Shanti, if it's possible, could we have Jacob's email up there? We have them in our characters.
Anything is possible, just be patient.
Thank you, Shanti. We love
I'd be
you.
happy. I love New York. I love the city. And any opportunity I have to come back to New York, I will
Yes,
definitely take.
we would definitely love to have you back. And tomorrow,
Put some
in
groups
our-
together, have me come teach wherever. I'll come.
That's beautiful.
You created,
Thank
I'll
you.
come.
No, you really did take us to another realm, and we really appreciate you being here. I'm
Thank
sorry
you.
that you couldn't stay on one more day, but we really loved what you did. And tomorrow, we're going to discuss you all over again. So you're still there with us
Excellent.
in spirit, in mind
Well,
and
I'm
spirit.
looking forward. Thank you so much. My pleasure.
We're going to try and get back to that realm. I feel so wonderful. Shanti, is it okay if we wind down? Are we still on air?
I think so.
Okay, that's all right. Would you tell us a little more, just so we have a few more, we have a minute, I think. Is there anything else you want us to remember after you leave today for
Yeah,
Hawaii?
I'd like to share a poem with you, if I may.
Yes.
And this incorporates the principle of namaha. We know namaste, which is I honor the source of divinity within you. And namaha is what the teacher says, where he says, which means not me, but the source. And this poem is a favorite of mine. It says, I'd like to be a window to his love. I'd like to be a doorway to his truth. I'd like to stand so straight and tall that you don't notice me at all. But through my loving eyes, you have seen his. A window to his love, a doorway to his truth, a bearer of the message. And so with that, namaha.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. It was a beautiful lesson in humility as well. You're talking about seeing ourselves from the outside. It was almost like I could look inside of me. I felt that. I felt I was on the outside looking in. Amy, what do you think? How did you feel? I can see you.
You became the seen. Now the next step is to become the seer.
Seer.
So you saw yourself, which is nothing wrong with that. But
Right,
that's the
right.
that is
It's
not
a
a bad
beginning.
word.
It's a
It's the
beginning.
ego, our perception of
Right.
self. But that's nothing wrong. It's not meaning ego.
No,
But
I-
you're
I
seeing
understand.
yourself. And now
And we
when you
need to move
become the
further.
seer and you begin to step out of that, that's the next level. You see the difference? I'm
Right,
so glad you mentioned that because we started with that.
We
Being
slowly
the scenery
try to move.
and then being the seen and then becoming the seer. When that happens, that's when
everything
yoga is
around.
working.
How did you feel, Amy?
It was really, like, I think I'm still processing it. Like, really, it's an episode that I would really have to watch again. Because, I'm kind of still processing all that I just experienced because it was really reaffirmed to me why I really like yoga and why I would really like to study it.
I love the way you express yourself. No wonder. Amy's an editor.
Oh, fantastic.
She's able to express herself so well. That was beautiful.
And you mentioned the word study, and also, but see, this true study of yoga, and you're experiencing this, is experiencing it. It's not going to the textbooks. It's not even really going into the lineage. It's processing it in your own experience. You see, the teacher is already within. And as that happens, you begin to experience yoga. You begin to connect with the ultimate guru, which is you, that part of you that you've forgotten, that part of you that's in there. You know, the wisdom within begins to teach through you. And that's when it becomes power. You may find the best way to learn is to teach.
Right.
Because as you teach, you become an instrument of spirit. Yeah. So I would say,
We're gonna
start
see a
teaching.
teacher in Amy.
Start teaching.
And we don't have to wait till we are perfect to teach,
absolutely
right? The
not.
moment we start sharing, we're learning again, right? When we start
Exactly.
sharing.
Study like you know nothing and teach like you know everything because you do. You've just forgotten. You have to trust that you do.
Right.
You're older and wiser than you know.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Shanti, with your permission, we're done? Okay. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Maura, we really appreciate it. And I have to, hey, Margery, do you guys mind helping me roll up? Because I promised to help somebody in the studio.
Nice meeting all of you.
Yes.
Thank
I
you
hope
so
you keep in
much.
touch.
Thank you so much.
My
We
pleasure.
really loved
My
having
pleasure.
you
It's
here.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you for the
I'm
opportunity.
going to stay in touch with you.
Please do.
Okay, we will definitely, we would love
Please
to
do.
have you.
I might have to import you to Chicago and get you on the Oprah network or something.
That would be nice.
Thank you so much. It was just such a pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure. You know,
Really helpful.
I do, yeah. No, I'm trying to think. I didn't grab my cards, but if you remember my name, it's just Jacob at jacobnarayan.com.
I didn't bring a pen.
Yeah, and Narayan has. Or you give me your email. I'll shoot you an email right now for my. Yes. That is so true. It's called